Let me get General Dwivedi back into this. General Dwivedi, this is a quick ready reckoner update for all of us. So now we are told this doesn't exist.
I have a quick point to make.
Yes, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
See, in 1972, when the Shimla Agreement was signed, East Pakistan didn't exist. It was already Bangladesh. So saying that Bangladesh goes doesn't sound logical. That's all.
Okay. We will leave it to interpretation. Obviously, Bangladesh is not going to become East Pakistan tomorrow because somebody in Islamabad decided that they don't like the 1972 Shimla Agreement. Obviously not. In practical terms, that's not a reality. All right. So we are living in a practical world. That's not the reality of the world. I am just referring to you the obscenity of what is taking place. It is only after the Shimla Agreement was signed in July of 1972, 6 months, 8 months in fact, after the war concluded in Bangladesh, that Pakistan, which is West Pakistan, recognized the existence of Bangladesh as a new country. They surrendered Dhaka in December 71. That does not mean that the next morning they recognized Bangladesh as a free and independent country and changed their maps and ceased calling it East Pakistan. That happened after the signing of the Shimla Agreement. There is a causal link, and that's what I've been referring to, just for information for people watching. General Dwivedi, so now I was trying to have a different conversation, but now we are absorbing a development. So if you are Pakistan, other than trying to impress your awam that we are taking a small, very, very hard course of action because the Indus Water Treaty has been held in abeyance last night, so we've got to respond. तुम Indus नहीं करते तो हम Shimla Agreement बाहर फेंक देते हैं. Then of course, who knows, articles of accession, everything can be thrown. Maybe the Constitution of Pakistan can be thrown and held in abeyance. Anything is possible. Why are they doing this?
Well, Bishop, I think first and foremost, this action is tit for tat. It is basically symbolic action in retribution to our holding the Indus Water Treaty in abeyance. So I think that is the ground position. But it has an impact. Impact is that we have a ceasefire agreement which was instituted in 2003, and that agreement will now get violated. That doesn't hold any ground, because once you don't recognize the line of control, then it can be violated at will. The second point is that its sanctity was there because it was considered as a de facto border. Now that sanctity is gone. So therefore, either side can violate it at will. Now that will be the actually ground position, and as rightly pointed by one of the panelists, that there will be a quite enhanced activity on the LOC, because now it will be free for all, and therefore we can expect a very hot LOC, because when I was commanding the brigade there, the LOC was very hot, and it was only in 2003 that agreement was signed, and it was again, I think, reconfirmed about 3 years back. So I think that this connotation on the ground is that we are going to see a lot of activity on the LOC, and both sides will be contesting the LOC, because now
I'm just curious, sir, because the Shimla Agreement, which as per ratification from both sides came into effect on the 4th of August 1972, does not contain any mechanism for it to be rescinded. I do not see any clause here that allows for the rescinding. Now, of course, you can choose to respect or not respect bilateral agreements. We can choose the same, but there is no clause here that says that it can be rescinded by one party or both parties, or both parties have to meet, or they have to go to arbitration. Nothing. It doesn't mention any of this.
Absolutely.
Okay.
In 1999, Pakistan actually violated in entirety when they came into Kargil.
Yeah,
so therefore,
of course. I mean, yeah, of course, every shot across the LOC, every infiltration across the LOC is a violation of the Shimla Agreement. So I'm not assuming that the Shimla Agreement for 1 second was a great achievement by India. Okay, nobody has for many decades. I just mentioned that Indira Gandhi is criticized for having signed the Shimla Agreement, for having handed over the 96,000 POWs, including the Commander-in-Chief, Niazi, to the Pakistanis, to the West Pakistanis, without having settled the issue of Jammu and Kashmir. So it's not that we were big fans of the Shimla Agreement, but now there are some unintended consequences which I have put out to you. Okay.